together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. We'll be joined here in just a few minutes by my brother Tim. But today we got not a huge slate. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in the NBA. We have 4 in the NHL. I've only moved on to 1 game in the NHL so far. And we'll figure it out from there. And then I have not moved on anything in the NBA yet, so we will be looking at that as well. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. 1 won right, 1 won wrong in the world of sports betting. And I've still not won a hockey bet since the 23rd now. I've gone back-to-back days without winning a hockey bet. The shining moment of my hockey night was a push. Islanders -1. They go down 3-0 early. They tie it late just to give up a goal with a minute left in regulation. That was frustrating. Boston Bruins -1. Push. They were up 2-1 late. Gave up the game-tying goal, won in overtime. So that was the highlight of my night. And by the way, with that Islanders game, once again, one thing I got to mention, and we've seen this back-to-back games now, and the Islanders have 0 points to show for it. They dominated their opponent again. When you look at expected goals, this team had 5.38 expected goals yesterday. This was a team that badly outshot the Canadians as well, just like they did against the Golden Knights, and they got goalie for a second straight night because Samuel Montembeault turned into Patrick Waugh, which is fun. And then the Devils did the same thing. They vastly outplayed the Carolina Hurricanes in that game. 4.23 to 3.1 in expected goals. Like, this was a Devils team that should have deserved to get the win last night, but they went down 3-0 as well. So just absolutely frustrating there. And then an empty net goal with, less than a minute left in that Blackhawks game sealed the deal there, losing the +2.5, and obviously the +425 did not come through as well. 0-4-1 in hockey last night, down 4.20 units. I am now 0-4. I was 0-4-1 yesterday. I'm 0-9-1 the previous 2 days. I'm 1-12-1 the last 3 days. So the last 14 plays for me, I've won 1 hockey game. So I would like to say it can't get much worse than this, but I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll go another day without winning a hockey game. In college basketball, went 1-1, lost New Hampshire -7.5. They end up going to overtime and winning by 6, so that's fun. And then St. Mary's last night. I have to go back and look because I went to bed before this game was over. Yeah, okay, I did read that correctly. They won that game by 48 points and covered the 27. 76-28. Pacific scored 14 in the first half and 14 in the second half. Wow. That St. Mary's defense is no joke, and Pacific is that bad. So cash the -27 there. That was my only winner last night, Pacific -27. Didn't look at the NBA, didn't care about the NBA, didn't bet the NBA. So no results in the NBA yesterday. I will be betting the NBA today. I did look at it, and I did cap the cards. So that, all that. But we'll get into the chat, and then we'll get into the hockey card here. Here we go. Real Deal Prime in the house saying morning. Fantastic to be here taking my notes. What's good, Real Deal Prime? I know the Sabres play tomorrow, and then they have a bye week, and then they have the All-Star break. So you'll have to go from, the 27th to the 5th without or 28th to the 5th without a Sabres game. But we'll get into the card here as we have the Florida Panthers and the Pittsburgh Penguins in this one here. Line's moved around a bunch. Line opened up at a 125 for Florida. It's up to a 130. Line opened up at a 6 at plus 105. It's a 6 at minus 115. So we've had a move towards the under, and we've had a move towards Florida in this one here. Let's move this over to today's card, where we have only 1,700 tickets in, 79% of the tickets, 88% of the cash is on the Panthers. 71% of the tickets are on the under. The lines move towards said under in this game here. Let's take a look at what my projection is for this spot here, and then we'll get into what they've done lately and injuries and things along those lines. I think this 6 number is spot on. I have this game projected for 5.94 goals, and I have the Penguins projected around minus. Actually, yeah, I actually have the wrong team favored in this game with the Penguins. But here's the thing with this game. Yeah, the Penguins probably show some value, but they haven't been playing well as of late, which may have me look towards them here a little bit. I do lean Penguins. I don't really like fading the Panthers, though. The Panthers are not a team I'm particularly looking to jump in front of at the moment. Panthers have won the last 2 meetings between these two teams. They've won 2 in a row. They beat Arizona 6-2, and they won in Nashville 4-1, which snapped their 4-game losing streak. On the flip side, Pittsburgh comes in probably not happy. They lost 5-2 to Arizona, 3-2 to Vegas. They had that really bad gaffe in that Arizona game that made it 4-2. And then they blew that lead against the Vegas Golden Knights. So I can't imagine they're happy. They've had some nice rests. They last played on the 22nd, so it's been a few days since they've played. So they do have the rest advantage in this game for sure as well. For me, it's Penguins or nothing. But I really don't want to fade the Panthers on the road because we've seen how the Panthers on the road have looked, and that is really good. So this will end up being a pass for me. I've only moved on 1 game on the NHL card so far, and that will be in a couple of games. So we'll talk about it. I did a free pick video on that game. But for this game, I think this will be a great game to sit back and watch. I'll be rooting for the Panthers. I lean Penguins, but I really don't have too much of an interest in this game. Maybe a Penguins first period coming in off of that. They'll probably come in pissed, something along those lines. Maybe that's not a bad look, is that Penguins first period. Penguins first period, even money. I don't hate that at all. Maybe they come in strong after that embarrassing loss against Arizona. Everybody remembering the own goal on the delayed penalty and things along those lines. They've had time to sit on that loss. I'm not a first period guy, but I would lean Penn's first period here after that embarrassing loss. So kind of where I'd lean there, but no play for me here. What's good, Nathan Cerna? What's good? 5-1 Panthers. That could easily be the case in this game. What's up, my bro? What's good, Asai? I appreciate the Bruins pick. Unfortunately, the Wild fell apart in the third. So, damn it, I had Bruins, Wild, and Sacramento Kings. Yikes. Straight bet those, and you go 2-1. I hit a 4-team. I hit 2 4-team parlays last night. Lost 1 unit on video poker. That video poker sounds like a nice little money pit for you there. But we'll move on here in this next game. For a 4-game slate, these are some fun games that we have in the NHL today. We have the New York Rangers taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. Minus 145, the opening number, now minus 146. So a 1 cent line movement here towards the Rangers. Line opened up 6 at plus 104. It's now 6 at plus 105. So we've had a move towards the under, and we have a move towards the Rangers. 1 penny each, though. 72% of the tickets, 69% of the cash is on the Rangers. Only 1,600 tickets in, though. And 66% of the tickets are on the over in this game as well. Let's take a look at my projection for this game. Oh, by the way, for the last game, quickly, injuries, because I forgot to go over that. And that's something I want to start looking at more in my cap. With the Panthers, Nick Cousins. Just Nick Cousins for the Panthers is out. And on the flip side for Pittsburgh, it's Matt Nieto, John Ludwig, and Riley Smith. So those are the two people. Those are the ones to pay attention to there. Let's take a look at my projection for this game, where let me put, who do you call it, in at goaltender. Aiden Hill. Where is my money puck? There it is. Aiden Hill, most likely the goaltender here for the Vegas Golden Knights. I can't imagine they would go elsewhere. And Igor Shesterkin, the goaltender on the opposite side for the Rangers. I like the Golden Knights a little bit at this number, at the plus 133 number here. I think that does have some nice appeal. I think the under has some nice appeal as well. More money coming in on the over, but we've seen 5.5s. What they do is go under. Seeing 6 on Bet Online. I'm seeing it's a 6 on Bovada here. Let's see, is it a 5.5 on this book? Is that why I typed in a 5.5? No, it's a 6 on this book as well. I think this under is the look here in this Vegas game. When we look at it here, let's take a look at the injuries here for these two teams. Definitely an under could be a decent look. When you look at what at least the Vegas Golden Knights are missing, and this will probably keep me off the Vegas Golden Knights. No Shea Theodore, no Jack Eichel, no William Carrier, no Ben Hutton, no William Karlsson, and Michael Amadio is questionable for today's game. On the flip side here, for the Rangers, we have missing Philip Hedl. And that's all they have. This is a healthier Rangers team, which is ultimately going to keep me off of the Golden Knights. However, with all these injuries, I can see this game being a little bit lower scoring, and we've seen Vegas play lower scoring games. 3-2 against the Islanders. They did have that 6-5 game against New Jersey, but 3-2, 5-1 against the Rangers, 4-1, 3-1, 2-1, 3-0, 5-2, and 4-1. So this is a Vegas team that is playing more towards the under. I know people are terrified of 5.5s. Luckily, we're going to get a 6 here. I'm going to move on this under 6 in this spot. Minus 117. I thought we were going to be facing a 5.5 here, which I see value on this 6, especially with all the injuries that Vegas has suffered suffering with at the moment. I think that can lead to a lack of offense for them here as well. I have this game projected pretty low because these are two of the best goaltenders in hockey. I have this game projected for 4.71 goals, so I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe a 2-2 draw in this game. Could be an interesting look as well. But for me, I'm gonna go with the under here in this game. I got it at 6. I'm gonna go. I got the total here at 6. So under 6 here, Vegas and New York. Let's see. It just takes one jackpot in video poker to make you filthy rich, but yes, very volatile. Yeah, that's just generally the way slot games go. Knights money line. Yeah, I can see it. Thinking about taking the Rangers today. When you look at what the Rangers definitely have the rest advantage, but they last played on the 23rd. Actually, both these teams last played on the 23rd. My bad. They don't have the rest advantage. And the Rangers had to travel from San Jose to New York, and the Vegas Golden Knights were on Long Island already playing the Islanders last on the 23rd. So something to keep an eye out for that there, though. Yeah. Traveling back from the West to the East Coast there. They have some momentum going right now. Yeah, but they also have a bunch of injuries, which I expect to catch up to them a little bit here. And maybe Vegas becomes a little bit more bet against than bet on with these injuries, but we'll see. What's good? New York Rangers placing veteran center Nick Bonino on waivers. There you go. Nick, what will you guys be willing to take for Brock Nelson? I don't see the Islanders selling is the thing now. I don't see Lou Lamoriello selling at all. Let's take a look. Brock Nelson has this year and next year left on his deal. He gets paid $6 million this year, $6 million next year. He does have a modified no trade clause, which is 16 teams. So I don't know, and I know you're referring to him going to the Avalanche. I don't see them trading him, but I'm assuming a first-round draft pick would be in there somehow. Probably a defenseman, something along those lines. An NHL-ready player. So if you're looking on the flip side, I know because you're talking Colorado here, or talking what Colorado would have to give up in order to get Brock Nelson. I'm assuming that's what you're asking for. It would have to be probably someone along the lines of a Bowen Byram, and maybe a draft pick, something along those lines. I would guess would probably be my guess. If you guys want to go and try to get Brock Nelson, that would be my guess. Big Earle, what's good, North Ender? Everyone, including Tim A, humping up on Michigan State today. Everyone forgetting Atkins, their starting guard, was injured last game versus Whiskey. Mm-hmm. Do you need a top 4 defenseman? Probably, because when you look at it, and this is one of the reasons why the Isles are struggling so much right now. Their blue line can't stay healthy. They currently have Pollock out, Bertuzzo out, now Zizekas and Martin as well, so that fourth line's all jumbled. And when you look at it, the defense pairing right now, my favorite defense pairing, Dobson and Romanov, love that. But when you have Aho playing on second in a top 4 defenseman role with Adam Pellich, that's a problem. Mayfield's on the third pairing with Samuel Bolduc. I don't have a problem with that. When Aho's getting second pairing minutes, that's a problem. So, yeah, probably someone to replace Sebastian Aho, something like that. Gerard, I don't know. I would want Byram, but that's just me though. So, which we'll move on to a game I have action on here in this one. Colorado Avalanche -145 favorites, total 6.5 in this game. Let's get into the line history in this one, where we have the Avalanche opened up at a 140. They're up to a 143. Line opened up at a 6 at -126. It's up to a 6.5 now. So we have a move towards the over, and we have a slight move towards the Avalanche in this one here, as we have 91% of tickets and 96% of the cash is all over the Avalanche. 1,700 tickets in, so take that with a grain of salt. 62% of the tickets, 65% of the cash on the over. We've seen a line move from the 6 to a 6.5. Now I see 6 is juiced out there some places, so you can shop around and probably find a better number. For me in this game, my projections have this game closer towards a pick 'em, and I get it. The Avalanche are not a team you particularly want to fade, especially at home. But I'm on the Kings in this game. This is the only game I've moved on so far. I'm on the Kings. When you look at this Kings team, yeah, they've been struggling as of late, but when you look at their expected goal numbers and you look at their advanced stats, they're tough luck losers. They massively outperformed Buffalo in that game, 4.29 to 2.15 expected goals, lost. 4.36 to 2.14 against San Jose, won that expected goal battle by 2.22 goals, lost. They beat the Rangers, even though they got outplayed slightly by the Rangers, 1.73 to 1.97, won that game. 5.08 to 3.37, won the expected goal battle against the Nashville Predators by 1.71 goals, lost. 3.97 to 2.97, won the expected goal battle by 1 goal against Dallas, lost. So actually, the last 2 games they've won, the LA Kings team, they got outperformed. Because the game they won against Carolina, they lost the expected goal battle 2.01 to 2.85. They've been tough luck losers and lucky winners. And I can see this as a game where Colorado outperforms them, but they win the game. Like, that's one of those spots here. When you look at what these two teams have done as of late, obviously it's been a massive struggle for the LA Kings. They've lost 2 in a row, but now they get to hit the road. They had a bad homestand. They came back after a poor road trip and went 1-3 on the homestand, only beating the Rangers 2-1. They lost 2-1 to Nashville. They lost 4-3 in a shootout against San Jose. They lost 5-3 against Buffalo on the second half of a back-to-back. That was on the 23rd. They had yesterday off. They hit the road. They go to Colorado. The Avalanche coming in playing pretty well. They won 6-2 against the Washington Capitals. I do expect the Washington Capitals to regress and finish nowhere near the playoff line. So that same thing with Philly. They beat Philly 7-4 on the last game of that road trip. They lost 5-2 to Boston. They beat the Senators 7-4. They lost to the Canadiens 4-3. They beat the Leafs 5-3 during that road trip. So, but one thing that I kind of looked at here in this spot, which could be the ultimate motivator in this game, which ended up pushing me, I think, over the edge here. The Colorado Avalanche upcoming schedule, they have the Kings tonight, and then they don't play until the 5th of February against the New York Rangers. They have their bye week after tonight, and they go on the All-Star break afterwards. So they don't have a game for a while. On the flip side, that is not the case for LA. LA is starting a road trip before the All-Star break. A 3-game road trip where they go through the Midwest here, playing Colorado, in St. Louis, and in Nashville before they go to All-Star break. So they still have 3 more games to prepare for. Colorado could be looking forward to their trip to Cancun, their trip to Hawaii, their trip to wherever during the All-Star break as well. And I think this is a good situational spot here for the LA Kings. So I'm on the Kings plus 122 is what I got with them. I know it's not a very popular pick, but I see this as a really good opportunity for the Kings to hit the road, try to get things to go right against a team that may be looking ahead to their nice little vacations and the All-Star break after that. So especially when you have the bye week before the All-Star break, I could see this as a game where maybe the Colorado Avalanche come out really flat in this one. And this is a game the Kings step up and play well. So I'm on the Kings at plus 122. Does it make me nervous? Yeah. Is this going to be a popular play? No. But I like the Kings in this spot an awful lot. Let's see. That's just in. Flyers. Owen Tippett agreed to 8-year contract extension, $6 to $6.5 million. There you go. Everyone wants Byram. Every GM calls about Byram. Yeah, but if you want someone like Brock Nelson, that's probably what you're going to have to pay for it. Sorry, just woke up. Be there in 5 minutes. Fair. Kings are pissed. Expect a good effort tonight. I was tempted to double up on them first period and full game tonight and have that just be my only action of the night. But I'll just stick to the full game here. I definitely expect them to come out in the first period. And maybe this is a good flat spot for them. The Avs should go after big Josh Anderson from the Habs. That would add toughness and a great playoff player to play the second to fourth line. Yeah. And maybe on the Kings too, waiting for morning skate news, which reminds me, injuries for these two teams. The Colorado Avalanche are getting healthier, but they still are going to Jack Johnson is day-to-day. Obviously, they're still without Pavel Francouz and Gabriel Landeskog, and they'll be without Nichushkin for a while as well. On the flip side, these LA Kings, they are only dealing with Victor Arvidsson and Phoenix Copley out, which they've been out for a while. Pierre-Luc Dubois is on that third line with Alex Lafreniere and Jared Anderson-Dolan. I just expect them to get something going here, the Kings. They just have to. I've thought about Josh Anderson too, but not giving up Byram for him. No, you wouldn't for him. I hear you. I'm going to trust you here and take the Kings. Also, keep in mind my hockey's been terrible, so yeah. Can't trust the Kings right now. Yep. If I wind up on the Kings, it's purely a price play. I'm getting them in regulation at plus 185. Nice price. There you go. Kings puck line plus 1.5. Yeah. Jack, Johnston, bananas, and pancakes. There you go. We'll move on. Final game of the NHL card. The Seattle Kraken are hosting the St. Louis Blues in this game. Kraken minus 170 favorites, total 6 in this spot. Let's take a look at the line history here. Line opened up at a 140 for the Kraken. It's up to a 166 now, so a big line move towards Seattle here. Line opened up at a 106. It's down to a 104. So we've had a move towards the under, and we've had a move towards the Kraken, a big move towards the Kraken here in this one. 57% of the tickets and 88% of the cash. 1,500 tickets in will do that. 33% of the tickets and 56% of the cash is on the over in this game as well. And my projection for this game is for the Kraken to be a favorite, obviously. I have them around 165. So I see really no value on the side here. The total brings up a little bit of value on the under at the 6 number here in this spot. When you look at what these two teams have done as of late, I mean, the Blues are coming in on 3 straight wins. They're playing well. And all of a sudden the Blues are playing themselves into flirting with a playoff spot, which that may be something I look at during the All-Star break is something to do with the St. Louis Blues. I think the St. Louis Blues are a team that I think I have circled that I would like to back, especially maybe to make the playoffs, considering that the only teams with easier strength of schedules in the second half of the season or after the remainder of the season are LA, Minnesota, Anaheim, and San Jose are the only teams with easier. They have the 28th toughest schedule remaining in the NHL. So maybe St. Louis and LA actually, when you look at just strictly strength of schedule, are worth futures looks for maybe point total overs or maybe playoffs in the case of the St. Louis Blues. Am I looking to play this game, though? Not particularly. Quickly, we'll look at injuries in this spot, and then I'll pass it off to Tim. Welcome to the show, Tim. Real quick for the Seattle Kraken, they're still going to be without Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. Matty Beniers is looks like a game time decision for this game. Vince Dunn is back in the lineup, which is a big thing for the Seattle Kraken with their top defenseman back. I have no interest in this game. One last thing, the St. Louis Blues injury report, seeing if there's any big names for them here, which it's just Justin Falk and Kasperi Kapanen. So nothing crazy there. Still no interest for me in this game. I'm going to stick with the under in Vegas, and the LA Kings are my 2 plays for today. So welcome, Tim.
Oh, sorry. Oh, there you go. No, looking good. Yeah, I just overslept. I'm sorry. I didn't touch any hockey today. I'll be honest. I looked at ESPN. I saw Sabres at 4:00. I thought they played today. That's why I have my Sabres stuff on. So I kind of just completely skipped over that. But no, I didn't bet any of the hockey games today. I think if I was going to bet anything, it's probably Florida puck line, and that's about it. Maybe look towards the Knights, but I'm not really betting the NHL today. I'll be definitely rooting for Florida and Vegas.
There you go, and it looks like it's Alex Nedeljkovic for the Penguins tonight. So,
all right. Back to the chat, Nick. I'm quickly putting up my NBA plays up on the site.
Okay. There we go. It's Blues money line in the under. Nathan saying release the Kraken. Saying what's up, Tim. Hey, Tim, Bo Byram for Casey Middlestad.
I'm not trading Casey Middlestad. He's our highest scorer right now.
Yeah. Timmy on time as usual. There you go. Preg's money line plus 310 live last night was nice. There you go. Under 5.5 UGK game. I got 6 at minus 117, and I'm happy with that. Lean Blues and Avalanche puck line. I'm on the Kings in that game. Knicks, and Tim's Nuggets dirty. I don't mean the score. I mean the Italian rat poked the true MVP in the eye.
Yeah, they knocked Jokic out of the game, and then the Nuggets proceeded to lose by 35. But I will say that was my only NBA loser yesterday. I had Brooklyn plus 4.5. They lost by 2, and I had Sacramento money line, and they won by 1. So I was happy with that one. So I ended up going 1 and 2 in NBA yesterday.
All right, well, we will move into the NBA. We have 8 games to go over. We're going to kick it on off with the Dallas Mavericks and the Atlanta Hawks. We have the Dallas Mavericks minus 2.5 with a total of 244.5 in this game here. We switch over from hockey to the NBA, where we have this game opening up with the Mavericks as 1.5 point favorites. They are now 2.5 point favorites. So a line move towards the Mavericks in this game. Line opened up at a 244.5. It is still a 244.5. So no line movement on the side or on the total, just a line movement on the side in this one here. I'm seeing 88% of the tickets, 95% of the cash on the Mavericks money line, 92% of the tickets, and 89% of the cash on the spread. Line has moved towards the Mavericks, and there's 6,400 tickets in, so it's a decent sample size. 85% of the tickets, 68% of the cash on the over, but yet the line's not moved. So they're showing really no concern whatsoever for that over money here in this game. I have this game projected at 246.5, so my numbers kind of lean towards the over in this game. Definitely not interested in that if the markets are showing no concern towards it. And the line moving towards Dallas kind of is confusing with the cash coming in. I have this game at a hat. I mean, it's not confusing the way the market or the way the cash is coming in, but my numbers have this game at Dallas minus 0.5. So my numbers point towards Atlanta. The markets are kind of suggesting the Mavs, but I mean the public is on the Mavs. So not the way I would like to get my card started for today. So this will be a pass.
This is just a strict fade of the Atlanta Hawks. Because the Hawks are the worst team against the spread this year. So it's going to be a continued fade of that. And not to mention the Mavericks are coming off of a blowout. They're coming off of 3 straight blowout losses, per se. And especially last game when they went up against Phoenix. Dallas had a double-digit point lead in the middle of the second quarter and ended up losing that game by 132 to 109. So it was kind of just a really bad game for them. And I think it's a good spot to bounce back for them. I know it's on the road, but it's against Atlanta, who is 4-16 against the spread at home this year. And this is just a strict fade of the Hawks for me. So I am on the Dallas Mavericks.
Fair. Not the game I'm looking to get my card started with here. But good luck.
Tio, did you know that Michigan State's Atkins was injured last game and Whiskey already beat Michigan State in Michigan State? I mean, I already signed up for some Michigan State action today because that line has gone from the 3.5 that I talked to Lenny about yesterday down to a 2.5. So I'm on the money line. Go Sparty Party. Under. And the Mavericks. I could see the under in that game too. Cashed on the St. Mary's Gales last night. Nice. There you go. What did they play?
Did you see how many points Pacific scored last night in that game?
They played Pacific. What the hell?
Yep, there it is.
28?
They scored 14 in the first half, 14 in the second half.
Holy crap, that's awful. Wow, interesting.
I mean, it was great. We had St. Mary's last night.
We did?
It was a play on the spreadsheet.
Then I totally missed it.
Oh, great. So that was my only win last night.
Hold on, I'm looking at the spreadsheet. How the hell did I miss that? Or did I just not track it on my thing last night? I'm looking it up on the site now. Come on, click.
No, you never put it up, it looks like.
Yeah, I never. How did I miss that? I'm sorry. I think I wrote it down and then I don't. How? What? I don't know. I'm sorry, Nick.
Unbelievable.
I left a loser out there. I think college basketball ended up going like 4-4 anyways. So it is what it is. And then what happened to the ULL game last night?
Power outage.
Okay, got it. Because all of a sudden it said voided. I'm like, what the heck's going on there? Okay. Did anybody have Oregon State last night? I did not. Let's see what happened to Oregon State. They outright beat Arizona. Including outscoring them 47-36 in the second half. Gonzaga couldn't cover and up there. I was looking at San Fran in that game. Hawks. No, I don't like the Hawks today. Let's continue to roll with the NBA, Nick.
Yeah. Charlotte Hornets and the Houston Rockets. The Rockets 5.5-point road favorites, total of 224 in this game. Line opened up at a 5.5, got up to a 6, and it's back down to a 5.5. Line opened up at a 226.5, it's down to a 223.5. So we've had a move towards the under, and we have a no move on the side in this game here. We have 24% of the tickets and 67% of the cash is on the Hornets. Once again, sharp money coming in on Charlotte like it feels like it is every game. And then we have 80% of the tickets, 94% of the cash on the under, which has moved the line down those points. Let's take a look at my projection for this game, where I have this game at Houston -5. So I see really no line value on the side here in this one. As for the total, I have this game projected. Where is this game here? Around this number 223.5, 224 is where my numbers projected this game. Not really something I'm looking to get involved with. The Hornets are 10-32 on the year, 5-14 at home. Here's the thing, though. I have absolutely no interest in laying these points on the road with the Rockets, who are 4-15 straight up on the road this year. So this is an easy stay off spot for me. No value on the side, no value on the total, no edge on this game to be had, and it's a simple pass.
Yeah, I'm not interested in this one. This is a Rockets team that is going downhill, as we kind of expected, including losing as a double-digit favorite outright versus Portland last game. So not a team I want to go after, and I'm not betting the Hornets. That just doesn't happen. There's certain teams I'll bet in spot. Hornets are not a team that I'm going to be betting. So this one's a stay away from me. I think I'm betting half the games on the slate. So I end up staying away from this one.
Fair.
I did mention an Oregon play, or an Oregon State parlay yesterday. There you go. Yeah, the Ducks that won last night. Anaheim gave me false hope.
Yeah, Anaheim went to overtime and lost.
The toilet bowl matchup, you forgot they won 100? Nuh-uh. Wait until later. There's a bigger toilet bowl matchup.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
It's the last game we'll talk about. It's a bigger toilet bowl matchup.
This is one where I was looking, and I do see value on a side in this game. We'll get into that. Maybe I get involved with this game here. When the Phoenix Suns travel into Indiana to take on the Pacers, Suns are 4.5-point road favorites in this game with a total of 243.5. Line opened up at a 6. It's come down to a 4.5. Line opened up at a 241. It's up to a 243.5 in this game. We have the Pacers or we have the Suns getting 57% of the tickets, 99% of the cash, but yet the line's moving towards the Pacers. It's kind of interesting there. 29% of the tickets and 91% of the cash on the under. The lines move towards the over in this game. Phoenix coming in on a 7-game winning streak here in this one. They won their last game 132-109 against Dallas. Now they hit the road, head to Indiana, who is coming in off of a nice win. They were 4-point underdogs and beat the 76ers by double digits, but snapped a 3-game losing streak for them. These two teams did just play 5 days ago in Phoenix, where the Suns won 117-110. So we get a nice short-term revenge spot here for the for the Indiana Pacers. We have, I see the public on the Suns, the market moving towards the Pacers. Everything's starting to correlate here, and to put the nail in the coffin, my numbers have the Pacers as a slight favorite in this game. In this spot, I would like the Indiana Pacers plus the points. I would like the Indiana Pacers on the money line in this game, in this spot.
I'm on the Pacers. It's and I forgot that the Pacers won by double digits against Philly, but which was their first win with Pascal Siakam. Good for him. And that was last night. So yikes. Pascal Siakam also Pascal Siakam had a triple-double.
Oh, this is a back-to-back game for Indiana.
Siakam last night, 26 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists. Siakam triple-double last night. I think he has another big game here. I think it's a letdown spot for Phoenix more, especially after their big dominant revenge spot win versus Dallas, because those two teams hate each other. Over the past couple of years, they've always been getting in each other's way. I'm gonna be on the Pacers in this one to get back at it. So give me the Pacers plus the 4 and a hook. I did not take the money line, but I have not been betting money lines unless they're close in the NBA, and it's been working out because if I bet the money line for the Nets last night, I would have lost. So I'm just trying to get wins because I'm trying to build up more of a positive NBA in 2024, which I think I'm there now. I think the only sport we're not profitable in 2024 is NFL. Oh, NHL.
Yeah, NHL has taken a fall from grace lately.
All I'll say is college basketball has been carrying us, but NBA back up in the positive, 36 and 33, up 1.75 units. So over. I see an over in that game. Hit a royal flush last night, but had it on a minimum bet. You still hit it. Small college basketball with weird lines. Iona. I'm on Iona. Canisius. Why is Canisius a weird line? Let's look. Not really. I don't see that as a weird line, but good luck to you. The Ohio Bobcats. I don't see that one as a weird line, but I'll always root for the Bobcats with you. Bonnie. I could see Bonnie more as a weird line. An 11-7 team against a 13-6, but they're at home, so I don't know about that. And then Cal. Oh, that's the one I wanted to add. I'm gonna be adding California to the site, Nick. And if I can get it reasonable, I'll take their money line. I cannot get it reasonable. I'm taking -2.5. That's a weird line one. I like that one. Thank you. Untouchable for that one. Pacers money, yes. Pascal Siakam, former New Mexico State Aggie. Yeah, he was. Pacers after they beat down the Clown. Good. Suns and the under I was leading. I don't like the Suns. Although, big winning streak, I have not been riding them on the winning streak, so I don't have to. Let's jump into this one, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Clippers traveling to Toronto to take on the Raptors. The Clippers 8-point road favorites in this game with a total of 235 in the spot. Let's take a look at the line history here between LA and Toronto, where we have the Clip Show opening up at an 8, got down to a 7.5. It's back up to an 8. Line opened up at a 233.5. It's up to a 235.5 here. We have 30% of the tickets and 82% of the cash is on the Raptors. The line did drop down to a 7.5. 75% of the tickets and 93% of the cash is on the under in this game as well. My projection for this game is a 4.5. So that's kind of interesting there. We do have sharp money coming in on the Raptors in this spot. I see line value on the Raptors in this game. Let's take a look at what these two teams have done as of late. I like the Raptors as a home team. I mean, they're a team that is 10-12 at home, but they're 6-16 on the road. So generally, when you want to bet the Raptors is in Canada and not away from Canada. The Clippers have won back-to-back meetings against this team. 3 straight meetings against these Raptors. Last 2 coming in LA. These two teams just played 16 days ago in LA. The Raptors covered as 11.5-point dogs, and a 126-120 loss. Clip Show coming in on a 3-game winning streak and won 6 out of their last 7 games. But now they have to hit the road. They played Oklahoma City, Brooklyn, and LA at home. And now they have to hit the road against probably a pissed-off Raptors team who hasn't played since the 22nd at home against Memphis. This is a struggling Raptors team at the moment. I think this is too many points. I think this is a good spot for maybe the Raptors early and to cover a number here. I can get 8 points with the Raptors. I'm very interested in this spot for Toronto. What's your thoughts here on the Raps here? Raptors +8 +265 is where I'm looking at in this game.
I feel like this is not a game I wanted to get involved in. I liked other games more. I guess it could be a lean towards the Raps as a home dog. You know I love my home dogs, especially in the NBA. Although I don't feel like that's been as big of a trend this year. Let's look that up. Against the spread, home dogs, 117, 113, and 6, 50.09. So not really anything crazy with home dogs trends this year like it was last year. So I remember last year, it was sitting at like 58, 59% home dogs against the spread. But it's not to that trend this year, so I just didn't jump on it. If I did, I would have been on freaking 5 plays today alone and against one of my plays. But I lean Raptors. I did not bet this one, Nick.
I'm going to move on them here. I'm going to move on the Raptors at +8 and +265 in this spot.
Sounds good. Suppness. I'm leaning over in the Suns game. I could see the over in the Suns game. I'm leaning I'm hearing other cappers are on California. Yeah, I bet them. Panthers and the under. This is Nick.
Yes. I lean Penguins, but not going to bet that game.
We need the Penguins to lose games.
And they're doing that just fine.
Under in the Vegas game, and of course, a sprinkle on the Kings money line, Nick.
Yeah, I like the Kings. I like the Kings a lot today. I would say the Kings are my best bet today in the NHL.
Right on. Yo. What's up, Mr. Kryptonite? Under the 233.5. I could see that in the Raptors game. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Dad. How you doing today? Toronto sports still suck, so pass. And Ohio and Niagara. I think we looked over that one. Ohio, it was a lean towards Ohio. And then Niagara against Marist. That one can go either way. We have that one exactly at that. Good luck. I like VGK money line. I hope VGK wins.
I was leaning VGK. The injuries kind of kept me off that, though.
I like this game, though.
Milwaukee Bucks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. We have the Bucks as 6-point home favorites, total of 238.5 in this game. These two teams just played each other a couple days ago, and it finished to the tune of a Bucks win by double digits, 126-16. But so these two teams are now going to play for the third time in 9 days. The first meeting in Cleveland finished 135-95. The second meeting in Milwaukee finished 116-116. This is the third meeting, and this is a back-to-back against each other. Now, there was a day in between the back-to-back, but it was a back-to-back. This line opened up at a 7. It's down to a 5.5. So we have a move towards the Cavaliers in this game. Line opened up at a 239.5. It's down to a 237.5. So we have a move towards the under, and we have a move towards the Cavaliers. Let's take a look here in this spot. As for the cash flow, 30% of the tickets, 61% of the cash is on these Cavaliers. So the sharp money coming in on the Cavaliers, about 7,300 tickets in. 45% of the tickets and 69% of the cash, nice, is on the under here as well. My projection for this game was Milwaukee -3. I'm very interested in the dog in this game here. You get the short-term revenge. These two teams just played 2 days ago. Milwaukee won by double digits. And these two teams, and they were 6.5, 7 in that game, and the line's gone down to a 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
I think this tells you everything you need to know about the game. I'm getting way too invested in the NBA today, apparently. I'm going to be on the Cleveland Cavaliers plus the 6 and plus the 185.
Already on it. This is because last game I went back and forth. I didn't know what I wanted to do because new coach versus the winning streak. I ended up going new coach. Oh, they won the first game with the new coach. Good job. Now I think it's a good bounce back spot for a Cleveland team that is really good. And they're healthy. That's the reason why they got on a winning streak. This Cleveland Cavaliers team, I wouldn't be surprised if they made a run in the playoffs.
No.
I feel like they could be a dark horse in the East. Because you look at some of the teams, I mean, Boston, everybody loves Boston. But I look at some of the other teams, I really think it's a good spot for Cleveland. I feel like Cleveland could make their way up in these standings. They're 26-10, so they're already 10 games above 500. Sign me up for Cleveland plus 6 today. I think it's a good spot for them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I landed on them as well.
Good NHL games, but I'm not super interested in betting them.
Yeah.
Maybe Clips first half. I could see Clips first half. Under 6 in all the NHL games, besides cracking over.
I like the under in that Vegas game, so I agree with that.
Bucks win again and don't cover. I could see Bucks winning again and not covering. If Joe goes over with one game, it would be Colorado. I could see Colorado doing that. King me. I had the Kings last night. Cavs was looking. I was looking at saw balling out. There you go. So you know I'm already on the Cavs and then you know my last play that I'm on is in this game.
Yeah, we have the Pelicanos -2, total 240.5. Let's get into it here. Let's take a look here. We have this line opened up at 2.5 for the Pelicanos. It's down to a 1. So a line move towards the OKC Thunder here in the spot. Line opened up at a 239.5. It is still a 239.5. It did get up to a 242 at one point. It's come back down. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we have 47% of the tickets and 91% of the cash is on the Thunder. The lines move towards the Thunder here. 36% of the tickets, 51% of the cash is on the under. The lines move towards the over. Because 64% of the tickets are on the over, but only 49% of the cash. Let's take a look at my projection for this game, which is the Pelicanos at -0.5. So I really don't see too much value in this game, especially now down to a 1. Seeing 1.5s. No interest in this game for me whatsoever. It's a simple pass here.
I got Oklahoma City. I got them at plus money. This is a Thunder team that I've been riding a lot this year, and if I remember right, they are the top profitable team in the NBA this year. 29-15. That's almost 66% this year. I believe that's like 64% win rate on the spread this year. Really, really solid. The Oklahoma City doing a great job. And if I'm rooting for anybody other than the Nuggets, Nick, it's OKC in my 80-1 ticket on them to win the NBA Finals.
Nice.
I knew this team was going to be good. I remember in the beginning of the season, everybody was asking, who do you think is going to be on top of the West? I said the Nuggets, and I said Oklahoma City. Now, Minnesota's up there too, but Oklahoma City looks really, really good this year. I'm going to continue to ride them. I got their money line around +1 a week.
There you go.
Yes, untouchable. OKC today. Let's get it. Well, you got the most profitable team, and then you got the second most profitable team in this game, Nick.
Yeah, the Orlando Magic are 6.5-point road favorites now. Total 212.5. So this line has moved up. Let's take a look at said line history here, where I'm seeing a bunch of different things here. Opened up at a 6, got down to a 5. It's back up to a 6. I'm starting to see some 6.5s pop up as well. Line opened up at a 212.5. It's still a 212.5. Just a slight juice move towards the under 5 cents. Let's take a look at the cash flow here. Line opened up, or 63% of tickets, 98% of the cash on the under. The line's moved 5 cents towards the under. 32% of the tickets and 70% of the cash is on the Magic. I'm seeing it move up to a 6.5 now. So we do have a line move towards these Magic, and we do have a line move towards the under here in this one. And there must be injuries or something, or I must have punched in this game wrong, because I have the Grizzlies as a 0.5-point favorite in this game. I must have done something wrong with this one here. But
do your numbers account for no John Morant still?
Probably not. I need to figure that out or not.
That just seems extreme for you to have.
I think that's too much of an edge in order to try to bet something like that. I have absolutely no interest in this game whatsoever. And the market's telling me Magic. My number's telling me Grizzlies. That's enough to keep me off.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be betting the Magic in this one, or I wouldn't be betting in this game, to be honest. But this one's a stay away spot for me, because I know the Magic are a good cover team, but I'm not laying 6 points with them on the road. This is a Grizzlies team that has been awful this year, especially they pull at home, which is the weird thing. 4-15 at home, 5-14 against the spread. So I'm not even touching them at home. So this one just a complete stay away, and then we get ready for the toilet bowl game next.
Mm-hmm.
First half and full game alternative -10 for what? I would roll with the Grizzlies. Good luck, dude. Good luck. Let's head to the toilet bowl game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the San Antonio Spurs are favorites in this game with a total of 231.5. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we're starting to see some 3.5s pop up. Line open up at a 2, it's up to a 3 and a hook. So now we've gone over that bucket number there. Line opened up 233.5, down to a 229.5. So a 4-point line movement towards the under in this game here. We have 47% of tickets and 90% of the cash on the Spurs. So the lines move towards the Spurs. And we have 24% of the tickets, but 60% of the cash is on the under, and the lines move towards the under. So it looks like sharp action coming here on the under in this game, driving that number down. My number for this game was San Antonio -1.5. Looks like the markets are telling me the Spurs. My numbers are telling me Blazers. So it's enough to keep me off the game. I'll ride with my 3 dogs today with Indiana, Toronto, Cleveland. And that'll be it for my NBA card.
I almost took the Blazers, but I was not going to bet this toilet bowl game. So this one ends up being a complete stay away. Sorry to be boring on the last game of the day. It is what it is. it's two bad teams that are combined 21 and 67. Didn't feel the need to get to it.
Sure.
All right, that is all the games for today. Before we head on out, we got some
housekeeping.
If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the good stuff. Appreciate all the support. Check out all the links above Nick's head. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. I will be putting. I'm gonna start to be doing this during shows. I'm gonna be putting the link to Balling Out in the chat. If you guys are able to just go over, give it a like, show the boss man I'm doing a good job over there. And I appreciate that. If I could ever find it on my thing. And then quick recap: 4 plays in the NBA for me: Mavericks, Pacers, Cleveland, and Oklahoma City. Nick?
Yeah, I'm on the Vegas Golden Knights and New York Rangers under 6 -117, and the LA Kings at +122. My favorite bet. I think the Kings are the best bet on the card today for the NHL. When it comes to the NBA, I'm on the Pacers +4.5, +160. I'm on the Raptors +8 and +265, and I'm on the Cavaliers +6 and +185.
There you go. Magic. Yeah, I kind of like. I can't lay it. Oh, you like the Magic today? Got it. They didn't say 1-800, so it's free to bet. Hold on.
Stop it. Get some help.
Oh, bummer. Oh, no. On the way to the kiosk, there you go. Sprinkling somebody in tennis just for kicks. Good luck to you in tennis. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. See you later, guys.